Back to our channel. Now we are going to start with 10th, 11th and 12th rib. So mainly we are going to discuss about 12th rib, but before that we will also check out once what is shape of the 10th rib. So you can see this is the 10th rib. 10th rib is like having a normal features like a typical rib, but the only difference is it's shorter, somewhat shorter, and also it's having only single facet on the head. So you can see this is the head, only single facet, means only normally in a typical way rib we have two facets, right? But here only single facet. That is the only difference from the typical rib and the 10th rib. So now we are going to start with the 11th and 12th ribs. So mainly you can see the 11th and 12th ribs are both short and they're having the pointed ends. So you can see these are the 11th and 12th ribs. These are short and having mainly pointed ends at the especially your anterior surface. So this is the posterior surface which articulates with the thoracic vertebra, and the anterior surface which articulates with the sternum, right? But here the 11th and 12th are called floating ribs, so they'll not articulate with sternum, hence they have the pointed ends, you can see. So you can see here the neck and tubercle are absent. The neck and tubercle are absent at the posterior end. At the posterior end there is no neck and also there is no tubercle. And the angle and costal groove poorly marked in 11th and absent in 12th. So you can see the angle and costal groove are poorly marked. So especially in the 11th rib the angle it's present but like poorly, and also the costal groove is also poorly marked, whereas in 12th you can see there is completely no angle and also there is no costal groove. Next let us see the attachments and relations with especially the 12th rib. So now we will start with the 12th rib. So you can see this is the inner surface of 12th rib and this is the outer surface of 12th rib. So let us understand somewhat about 12th rib. Its capsular and radiate ligament are attached to the head of the rib. So you can see this is the head of the rib where the capsular and also the articular ligament are attached, and also radiate ligament is attached. Whereas coming to inner surface, so this is a inner surface. On the inner surface the quadratus lumborum is at the, so you can see this is a quadratus lumborum which is at the lower medial half of 2/3 of surface. So this is a lower medial half, you have the quadratus lumborum, and internal intercostal is in the upper border. So you can see this is the upper border which is having an internal intercostal muscle, and the costo-diaphragmatic recess of pleura is in the medial 3/4 of costal surface. That is a costo-diaphragmatic recess. Actually the costo-diaphragmatic recess will also be somewhere over here. And next you have the diaphragm origin, anterior end of the surface. So the anterior end you can see there is a diaphragm origin. And next we will see the medial half attachments. So medial half attachments you have the costo-transverse ligament. So this is the medial half attachments you are seeing on the outer surface. You have the costo-transverse ligament, and also you have the lumbocostal ligament, and we have the lowest levator costal, and also there is iliocostalis, and there is also longissimus part of sacrospinalis. So these are all the different muscles which are attaching on the outer surface of our 12th rib. Next we'll see, these are actually the medial half attachments. Next we'll see the lateral half attachments. So mainly there is serratus posterior inferior which is inserted. So serratus posterior inferior is inserted in the lateral half, and also the latissimus dorsi is getting origin, and external oblique origin. So this is external oblique. And next we have the upper border, we have the intercostal muscle. So this is the upper border, you will have the intercostal muscles. So these are all the muscles which are coming from medial and lateral half. So next the upper border has intercostal muscles. The lower border have middle layer of thoracolumbar fascica. So here the middle layer of thoracolumbar fascica will be on the lower border, and lateral articulate ligament is the lateral border of quadratus lumborum. So this is the quadratus lumborum. So to its lateral side you will have the lateral arcuate ligament. So near the head you will have the lumbocostal ligament, and extending to the transverse process of first lumbar vertebra, it will extend till the first lumbar vertebra, transverse process. And now we will see the ossification. So you can see the 11th and 12th ribs ossify from primary center for the shaft, and one secondary center is coming from the head. So this is all about